Good morning. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It is, what day is it? It's Wednesday. Wow. Where does time go, right? I am so glad you're here. I will be starting in about 1 minute, I think. Oh, it's 9:30. I'm going to be starting now. I've been running around doing all kinds of things. Hello. I see somebody's here. Welcome, Karen. I see more people coming on. Welcome. We are going to use Party Piggy again. Oh my gosh, this set. Now I have to apologize before I get started with anything else. Okay, long story short, for some reason I was thinking that Party Piggy is available now. Well, I know the reason, but we don't need to get into the long story. Some of you told me it was a pre-order for demonstrators only. You were correct. I even said you weren't because I could see it. Anyway, craziness happening here, and I was wrong. So it's available when the new catalog goes live in May. So everybody's been wanting it. I had to call Stampin' Up to make sure I wasn't crazy, and they confirmed I am. So anyway, my apologies to all of you who have been trying to order it and contacting me and saying, I don't see it. That is my fault. So both the sets I'm using today are the same story. They're online exclusives, and they will be released in May. So hi, Melody. So I hope you enjoy getting a pre-look at all of these things and know what you want in advance. They're so cute. Today we've got a little cute card. I call him my Hawaiian Piggy. Just so springy and full of flowers with the set I combined it with. And this little pig is just the cutest darn thing I think I've ever seen. Welcome, Andrea. Welcome. So let's turn you down and get started. Does the catalog go live on the 1st? I was looking up on the website. I think it's the 5th. Hi, Brenda. I think it's the 5th. I will answer you in a comment, Karen, because I can't find it on the website anywhere. I was looking feverishly and Ken just said, it's 9:28. You better go to do your live. So I will comment. I think it's the 5th, but I will comment for sure after this live. Okay, let me turn you down. And if you like this little piggy, order it right away. I'm just afraid that it's going to go. I don't know how things are going to go. There's so many changes. I don't want it to run out and you not get what you want. Okay. So that's my advice. When you see something you want, just order it. Now the new system is started. If you have an account with Stampin' Up, you need to opt in. That just means that you've accepted the new transitions, and you will be earning 10% on all orders over $20. Yep. So and then that will bank, and then you can spend the money, the rewards, your next order, or you can save them up a little while. I wouldn't save them up too long, just because people are saying, what if I forget? Well, I don't think you can forget. No sound on my, let me see. The sound was on, so I don't know, Brenda. Is anybody else having a no sound? Can you let me know? Can you hear me? Just say yes if you can hear me. My microphone is activated. Can somebody tell me they hear me? I'm going to wait a minute to hear from somebody. My sound is good. Okay, so maybe she can't tell. Maybe she has her sound off. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll keep going. So welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. My name is Beverly Morales, and I live in Tracy, California. And I have a website with Stampin' Up. It's called beverlystamps.stampinup.net. Thanks, Melanie. And I also have a YouTube channel. Now, I've been getting hi, Patty. I've been getting a lot of questions. Are you still on YouTube? I don't know why that is. Yes, I'm still on YouTube, especially since Facebook is only on for 30 days. So I don't know why people aren't being able to find me on my channel. So you might want to look and check and mark me, subscribe to YouTube so you can see my replays whenever you want to. If you want to talk to me, email me at this address right here. That's what I see the fastest, and I will get back to you right away. Okay. Online exclusive Party Piggy. Oh my goodness, be still my heart. And the coordinating look at the little package of dies that we have. I have so many dies I'm using today. These are the Party Piggy dies. His little face, his little body, his party hat, his flag, a circle. There's a circle because he has a way to be a shaker card. And this makes the little the hole for the little shaker in his belly if you want to do that. I didn't order those yet. I just was thinking, oh my God, I have so many ideas with this without the shaker, so I didn't get them yet, but I might get them eventually. And then I got this as an attendee for the last convention on stage at Stampin' Up had. Well, I didn't get to attend. I did get all the free goodies. And this is a set that I got. It's called Impressions of Bloom. So beautiful flowers. So I thought I would introduce you to these as well. And they have the dies, which are called Impressions of Bloom dies. So they have the same name. They're just the dies and the set, and you can get a bundle. Okay. So let me show you those because there is a lot of them. Let's see. Can you see well? Okay, yes, you can. Okay, so there's two big ovals. One of them is a plain oval, and then one of them has the stitching. I'm using the stitching one today. There's a huge leaf sprig. There's a large stem and another straight large stem. And then there's all these flowers. Now with the flowers, I use a Sharpie. That's not the one. I use a Sharpie to match them up. I marked the Sharpie on both dies to match them up so I don't have to swirl them around to see how they fit. So those, see how that works there? I have a Sharpie mark there and a Sharpie mark there. And so then it just fits right in real easy. So I don't have to think. As you use your dies, the Sharpie mark might start to come off. So just keep reapplying the little mark if you see it getting light so you don't have the frustration of knowing how to match these guys up. It's a one-time thing, and then it's super simple. On the 5th, I think, too, Charlotte. I do believe so. Hey, Rose. Here are some more flowers, and here are some leaves. I love these little tiny flowers. You're going to see why. And there's 2 of them, so you get 6 at a time. And then here's another little flower with the inside. Let me turn it over so we can see the little dot that I've made. Match them up like that. And then there are circles for the little centers. Told you there's a lot. And then this is another regular leaf. And then there are leaves with the centers that are have voids in them. And then they have the little detail that you can just place right inside like this. And then, but last but not least, are the little cute centers you can use. I haven't used these yet, but these would make it even prettier. Good morning from Starbucks, getting coffee and watching Creative Bev. Ooh, I wish I was with you at Starbucks right now. I want to try that new lavender drink. So look at all these dies that you get with the Impressions of Bloom set. Okay, so I'm using this one and then a lot of the flowers. Okay. What else am I using? I used a couple of these little party dots. There is their number. But while we're talking about party dots, these are the new In Color Pearl ones. Look, I got these from on stage as well. These would look good with this card too. So if you want to order the In Color Pearls when the catalog goes live, just have a paper and pen with you, and here is the number, 165192, and they're called the 2527 In Color flat pearls. Very, very pretty. They shine. See, here's the difference. Look at the difference in the shine. So it's just what look you're going for. Okay, both of them are darling. And then I threw in a little butterfly from the Paper Butterfly Accents, 162, 612. And I'm going to use this little guy right here. So I'll just take it out now. And we're going to have a little wobble head again. Where is the... They're on, the wobble heads are on Amazon. These are the ones I ordered, and these are the smaller ones, and they do have different sizes, so just pick the size you want for different ideas, but they're called wobbles. Okay, spring into action, it says. Are we ready to see my Hawaiian little piggy? She's so cute. Another girl. Sorry, Vera, I got another girl. Look at her. Look at her. Oh my goodness. And her head wobbles as well. And she's holding a little banner on a baker's twine. It says, "Happy birthday to you." And just got a ton of those flowers all around. Now look at those little ones. I told you that I love them. They're not my favorite. I was almost said they're my favorite. I love them all. Look how cute they look off the end of the rope. Let me know what you guys think of this card. But this card, while it's very bright and cheery on the outside, look at the inside. Bouquet of flowers. So when you open it up, it just is standing there with a little bouquet of flowers. What do you think of this? Just super cute on the outside, and then a nice little burst of flowers on the inside. So let me show you how I made this card. Let me see, did this come off of here? Yes, it did. Okay, all right. So let's get started. We need a card base in crumb cake, and this is 5.5 by 8.5, and we are just simply going to fold that over. There's nothing hard about this. This is the typical card. You need your bone folder. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. It's definitely, wow, it's definitely a party. What did you say? On the inside, yes. Okay, so there's our card base right there. Then we need some early espresso. We need 2 of them, actually. Oh, I love the hearts. You guys are making my day. Making my day. I can go in and say, they loved it, Ken. They loved it. 4 by 5.25 layer piece, and the same for the inside of the card. So we need 2 of those. And we're going to run this one through the timber folder. So if you don't have the timber folder yet, because I can see this little piggy used with, hi Connie, barn type of thing. 156406 is the number of the timber. Now I believe everybody that I see on here knows how to use the folders. You just simply put your paper in whichever direction you want. I'm just going to turn it portrait style and place the bottom on the line, and then I'm going to run behind me rather than bringing my cut and boss machine up here, and I've got a lot of stuff. I'm going to run it through because I know you guys all know how to do that. So I take platform number 1 though and lay down this folder, platform number 4, and run it through. Okay, so after I do that, then my paper now has all of this texture in it that looks like wood. Okay, so let me put that away to give myself a little more space. And this one, I can just open up the card and put it down because it's just the base to have the 2 different colors the crumb cake and the espresso to build the flower party on. But it reminded this little piggy, reminded me of a Hawaiian barbecue. Sorry, little piggy. But that's what it reminded me of. Okay, so that piece is in. Let's take my butterfly, since it's staring at me right here, wanting some attention. And I'm going to get a pad of paper and my strawberry slush. Now, this is a new in color that you can get on the 5th, I think it is, when the catalog goes live. And I've got a dauber, which are available now. And I'm just going to color my white butterfly the strawberry slush color using my dauber. Antennas and all. You could hi Mary Jo, you could also use a marker if you wanted to. And I like to pull away instead of going forward, because if you go forward, you take a chance of having the wing fold up on you. So if you pull down, pull away from the center, maybe that's a better way to say it, you're less likely to rip your butterfly. So I love that the butterflies are white, so you can make them any color you want. So this one's now strawberry slush. And I just have a whole pad of paper that I got at the bins. You know, I'm a thrifter, so I found a stack of pads of paper. So if you have pads of paper, just use it like I just did. After you get it all messy all over the place, you just rip off this piece of paper and either turn it over and use the other side, or then start on a new piece. But the whole pad's there for you, so it's easy to have scrap paper available to you. Okay, so now I am going to bring my cut and emboss machine over here, and I'm going to cut the oval. Okay, so I have my platform number 1 on there as always. Now we're going to cut, so I need platform number 2 and number 3, which is a clear acrylic, and my project. And then I'm going to take the big oval that I showed you that has the little stitching around there. Hey, Louise, welcome. Thank you for being here, my dear. Let me turn this way so I can make sure I'm straight. And what I'm looking for is pretty much evenness on the top, being even on the top and the sides, top, bottom, and sides. Here is a piece of Post-it note, just Post-it note. And I'm going to tape this down so it doesn't move. It's pretty important that it stays in place, because if it moves, then we will be crooked and the card won't look good. All right, where is my other acrylic? Here we are. Place that on top of this whole little sandwich, as we call it, and run it through. Now, I'm sorry I wasn't here on Sunday. I took a little break. I have no excuse other than I've been mentally spent. I don't know if you guys have noticed it in my videos or not, that I've been a little mentally spent. I try not to show it. But sometimes, you know, life happens, and you have a hard time, and you keep going, of course, but there's times when you say, look, you need a break. You need a break. So I gave myself a break on Sunday, and then I thought I'll do Wednesday, which is today, and then this coming Sunday is Easter, so I'll have another break then, and I should be all good by then. What has happened, you wonder? Well, as I put my dimensionals down here, I will tell you what happened. I lost my brother 3 weeks ago. He passed away. He's been battling cancer for a long time. And he called me the Sunday before he passed. We were going to meet on the following Thursday. But he died we were going to meet at 3 o'clock to be specific on the following Thursday, but he died at 3 a.m. on Thursday, so I didn't get to see him. But we all know, right? We all know that God never gives us more than we can handle. He never does. He never will. And so I'm okay with not being able to see him because I hadn't seen him in a while. And I have a feeling that his condition, his appearance might have upset me. And so I have good memories of him. Remember his smile, his voice, you know. So I've been going through that. And then I thought I wasn't going to tell you guys because how professional is that? Maybe not. But when it affects my ability to do my job, maybe I just need to tell everybody, right? And then not this Sunday that just passed, but the Sunday before that, my cousin died. So we have another funeral to go to this coming week. And it's just been hard. It's just been hard. And that's all there is to it. All right, so I have all the dimensionals on the back of this, so it will be popped up on my card, so my little piggy will have a place to set in here. Now, this popped out of the die. Oops, and I forgot to take this out. And this did not. And that's what always makes me forget this little piece in here. So I wanted to point that out. When you say, where did it go? It's still in your die. It's just going to take a little poke and a pull. Okay. So then also this big oval here. I measured this and I saw that it was 4 inches long. So thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to cut it in half. So I put the edge on 2. And I'm just going to cut up and cut this in half. Then I'm going to turn it around. Thank you, Patty. And that is why I decided to tell you, because I know you're all my friends. So thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to put the straight edge on 1/2 inch here. And I am going to score that. Excuse me. Boop, I just made a mistake. You guys touched me so much, I just made a mistake. I'm going to take the round edge, not the straight edge. See, this is what I mean about my blowing it, not being on the spot. I need to get back on the spot. Okay, so I'm going to curve the curved end. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch score line. All right, so then I fold this score line over and I have my pot for my flowers on the inside of the card. We have 2 of them because we don't waste, right? We try not to waste. All right, so there we go. That is how you make the little inside of the pot. All right, back to this guy since I forgot to take him out as I was talking. We need to somehow get this little oval back into the big cutout. And the way I find to do that is with dimensionals again. So I'm going to cut some dimensionals. And I'm going to lay this flat and I'm going to attach them together with a dimensional. And you just have to put a few in a few places because I really like the look of the stitched circle. It just adds a whole bunch. So just make sure you're getting on the card and on the circle. Okay, see how it's popping up right here? We don't want that. So we're just going to take a small piece and put it right there. All right, now I have to take my card base and lay it here and see that stitching. Hi, Annie. Okay, so now we just pull off all of these paper backings. That may take a minute. And some people find it faster and easier to take them off with their take your pick tool. So I have to tell you, I'm going to tattle. My daughter just opened the door. She didn't know I was live. And so when the door opened, I looked over at her. You should see her face. She's like, oh. And then she closed the door and went back. She could come in. I told her nobody minds. She's so funny. All right. So you can use take your pick tool to take all the backings off if you like, if you didn't know that. Okay. Now let's just try to get this even. Again, we're framing the Early Espresso piece of cardstock with onto the card base. And now you can just push these together if you see any little spaces, if you see any of the white, and it'll grab and stay. It's so cool. All right, so if that was a dilemma you had, you no longer have it. All right, so next, let's look at this little guy. Let's look at this little guy. We've got this part done here. There's a little bee. I'm going to take him now because I don't want to forget him. I'm good at forgetting that lately. And I put him already on a mini glue dot. And I'm just going to set it right there. Hey, Marie. And I see a little bit of sticky sticking out because he's a tiny guy and I didn't fold that mini glue dot in half. So I'm just going to tuck it in with my Take Your Pick tool. If you're new here or new to stamping and you do not have a Take Your Pick tool, that's one of the items you really, really want to get. They're in the annual catalog, both annual catalogs, and it's like another set of fingers. So really helpful. All right, so now I'm using the new ink colors and garden green. So garden green is for all the leaves. And then I do not remember the names. I think it's Darling Duckling is the yellows. Timid Tiger is the orange. And something Splash, Strawberry Slush is the pink. Okay, so I cut these out in advance because there's a whole heck of a lot of them, but I will cut out a few just so you can see how I do it. And I'm going to stamp my little pig now on crumb cake. Okay, let's move these things out of the way and let's get this cute little guy over here. Here is the face. Now tell me the truth. Does he not make you smile every time you stamp him? Every time I stamp him, it makes me smile. I think that's why I've been using him so much. Such a happy little guy. Okay. And we're going to take that Strawberry Slush dauber that we used for our butterfly, and we're going to take some of that makeup off because we don't want a little hussy pig. We just want a slight little blush there and there. There we go. And then I took my blends and I'm going to use the white end. What are we saying here? Maria, I received my order yesterday. Already used this little pig set. Just love it. Awesome, Marie. I know. Marie is a demonstrator. She's in my downline. So that's why she's able to get this little piggy sooner. It's one of the pre-orders. Oh, and let's do... No, I don't want to do the dauber in her ear because I'm scared I might get too much. So I'm going to use any pink you want for inside the ear right there. Oh, and the nose. And the nose. Now this might be bad, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you have a friend who snorts, you have to send them a card with this little piggy, because I have a few friends that snort when they laugh. You know, when we're really having a rock and roll laugh and they start to snort. Doesn't it make you laugh even more? It's hilarious. So if you have a friend that does that, this little piggy set might be a card that you want to send to them and make a comment about the laughing thing. I don't know. Maybe that's not nice. I don't know, but I think it's hilarious. I think it's cute. I think it's cute. All right, so we're going to also get our dies. And we're going to place them on the images. And remember, I marked the feet. See what I mean about it starts to wear out? Because I've been using this so much that it starts to wear out. So I have a Sharpie here on my desk, and I just keep it there. So I mark the feet. You can mark the hands, whatever way helps you remember. Because remember, the first time you saw me, I was like, how does this go? How does this go? It's like a fat little balloon with extremities. But anyway, that's how I know, and I don't have to waste a lot of time lining it up. I'm going to go back to my machine and cut this out real quick. Same way I cut out the other stuff. And here's our little guy. What should we name him or her? Hammy? Petunia? Okay. So now we're going to take our wobble. And I'm just going to place it on the back of the piggy's head. Remember, you're just going to bend a little bit and you'll see the slit there. Okay, I'm cracking up driving down the road when I hear you say you don't want look like a hussy. I know, sometimes the things that come out of my mouth, I don't know. I don't even know sometimes. Okay, so then just press it down, and then we'll take that off when we're ready to stick it on the card. Well, I'm glad I can make you laugh, Charlotte. Okay, so now we've got the little pig. And let's start, oh no, let's finish this part. We need another piece of crumb cake that I thought I cut out in advance. I put it away probably. Yep, I did. Let me make sure this is the right one. 3 by 4 1/4, yes. So you want a piece of crumb cake cardstock, 3 by 4 1/4. And that's just gonna lay in here. Show you the card again. I like how it finishes off the edge on there. You can't even tell that there's a fold for this thing to bounce up, can you? Right? All right, so we're going to do our stamping first so we don't make a mistake, and then have that glued down already, and then be mad at ourselves. We don't have time to be mad at ourselves. So we're saying happy birthday on the front, so we're going to say let's party on the inside, and put it up kind of high so your flowers don't block it. That stamp comes in the stamp set. Okay, and then you're going to put some glue on the little fold there. Not, you know what, not glue. When I was making this, I said, Bev, don't use glue for this part. Where's my take your pick tool? I don't know. It's right here in front of me, but I got another one, so let's go for the other one. Let's use mini glue dots. Why? Because there is no wait time for drying. If I would have put glue on here a minute ago and let it set up, I'd have been fine, but I didn't. So let's do the mini glue dots. And so we can have this set right away. So we're going to bend it up just a little bit. And then we're going to set this centered. Just look at it, make sure it's centered. And when you see that it is, just give it a little squeeze. And then you can glue that down and see how this just pops up all by itself. Super simple. So I was thinking after I made this inside, girlie, that could have been on the outside too. This right here is a great front of the card as well. So if you just want to say, let's party with a bunch of flowers and make it faster and simpler for some reason, go for it. So now we've got this here. All we have to do is make sure that it doesn't interfere with the folds. So let's go a little bit straight up and down. Again, what's the best way to get this down? Mini glue dot. So all you have to do is take your item, find a mini glue dot, which is clear, so they're kind of hard to see and they're little. And I put it on the front. See all the detail on these leaves? This one die, you just lay it on the paper and the detail gets cut out automatically, see? Okay, so then I'm just going to stick that down on the inside of the pot. Okay. Then we're going to take our little butterfly guy that we made. And what do I teach you? I teach you to fold at the body. But then, I don't know if I've mentioned, I put my 2 fingers like this and I kind of, it folds at the body, but then it kind of curves the wings a little bit at the same time. So another mini glue dot. And I'm going to fold that little guy up. I'm going to stick him right there. Too cute. Okay, now we're going to take a big pink flower. And these have nice little slits in them. So I'm going to do this, which means I can put a mini glue dot here and it will stick underneath. And I can put one there and it will stick on top. Okay, so let's say that again. Let's do a mini glue dot. Stick this one to be underneath the pot. And then on the front to be, let me see, underneath. I mean on the top and then underneath. That's what I meant. On the top, I'm going to just do it like this so I don't confuse you. So on the front of the flower is a mini glue dot. There we go. That's probably all you need. So let's just do that. And then we're going to do 2 big leaves. Now, these are the ones where you, let me see. Are these the ones? There's 2 big leaves that cut out. I'm just going to have to do it so I don't tell you wrong. Let's put these on, and then I'm going to show you how they work. Let's put this down here, and we can go off this way because as long as you're not going off the card. And then another one. Okay, and those little circles I talked about in the dies, there's one. And I'm going to take a mini dimensional. You can take a regular size for the big dot, though. That was the back. You can definitely tell the back from the front of these little circles. Look how cute. Look how cute. All right, and now we're going to take an orange one. And it's this guy here. And I'm going to stick a couple of mini glue dots right there. Maybe just one, they're strong. And place it to the pink one, like that. And then a yellow one, mini glue dot. Put it back here. And then let's see if I have any more little dots. See how cute these little dots make it? And I'm going to put an orange dot on the yellow flower. So you can mix and match or whatever you want to do. Okay, so when that pops up, you can still read Let's Party, and then you can sign whatever you want to sign in there. All right. So what's the last little thing for the inside I think you should do or could do if you want to? Miss Stella is always laying around your table wanting to be used, and you can just sparkle up the little circles. Sparkle up as much as you want or not. So here is my prototype, and here is the one I just made. Okay? All right. So the inside is done. Let's take little Miss Hawaii. And I don't know why I always forget to color her tail until I see it before it's too late, but I always forget initially to do that. And I'm going to stand her up right like this. So cute. I'm so glad you like her. And this is going to go down flat into the little oval. Well, it's not a little oval. It's pretty big. And then we're going to pull off the backing of the wobble. And we're going to place that wherever you'd like to place it. It's okay, Lena. You're here. That's what matters. And then to make her so Hawaiian-like for the party, let's put, what size did I put? I think I put a mini dimensional there because I wanted them to pop up. And then I took these little tiny flowers and I just put a couple of petals onto the dimensional. So that was an orange one. There's a pink one. Let's see. I have a yellow one. I do. Little party face here, little Hawaiian party face. All right. And then I took some of my jute and I just measured hoof to hoof and snip with my ribbon scissors. You need your roll of mini glue dots for this project for sure. Put an end on, put a mini glue dot on both ends. Excuse me. Pull them off. And I just try to roll it up as tightly as I can and stick it right there on her hoof. Easy that is. And this one as well. And she's got her little banner there. Okay. So we're going to take a scrap piece of crumb cake and we're going to do happy birthday to you. Kind of, oh my gosh, my mind, I'm so bad. What did I just think of right now? I need to lose weight. Let me do some jump roping. I'm a little piggy. Oh my gosh, that's bad. That's not nice. I am trying to lose weight, but don't need to remark about it. That's for sure. All right, so I can tell I am in an ornery mood today. Let's get our scissors and let's just move our paper and cut this out. This does not take long at all. You just want to move your paper. You see how I'm just yanking it back and forth. And that gets it really, really nice. And you can leave the straight edge straight if you want, or you can curve it. I think it's a little bit, I'm going to do straight edge as straight as I can. And And then you're going to take another mini glue dot. Gotta love those mini glue dots. Stick it right in the middle of the banner and then place it here. I think I made my banner a little too long. So let's make it a little shorter. I'm gonna roll this guy up, stick it on the hoof, and then get my happy birthday on there. It would have been too low because all the flowers I've got to put on. All right. Trim this. Not my ribbon scissors, that's why it's not working quickly. There you go, see the difference? All right, so there we go. Happy birthday to you. Clean up my mess. Causes me stress when I see a mess. All right, now we can just build flowers. Okay, I was going to show you how to cut some of them. So, some space here for my machine. Okay, so the big one I already told you, it does everything just by itself, like that. You're just going to cut it out. But the smaller leaves, let me find one. Let me find them. These that have the voids in them, you set them down like that, and then you look for the detail. These are the detail, and you just set them right inside the voids. And then there's the leaves that already have the detail in them, if that's all you want to use. So there's 2 of those. Here's the other one. And then you put your acrylic on top and run it through. Now, if the little inserts on the leaves with the voids on it move, it's okay. I thought I had to tape them down, blah, 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 blah. See how that's not exactly centered? It doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter to me. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me at all. And you guys make the call on that one. You certainly can tape them down, but see what I mean? Looks fine and it's not completely centered. Okay. There we go. All right. And this is the only one that seems to not just pop out automatically. A little poke with the pokey tool. We had a church event. I don't know, maybe I told you. I don't know. But I took the little piggy samples with me to the event. It was a card making event. And oh my gosh. Everybody loved that little set. Everybody loved it so much. All right, where are you, Guy? All right, here you are. Hey, Mona. Hi. So here we go. We're going to set this down. And this time I am going to use glue. So if I want to move them around, I can without ripping things. So I'm just going to place that there. Then I'm going to take a yellow flower and I'm going to put it on with a regular size dimensional. Well, this is that paper pumpkin one that their size is a little different. That's funny. Okay. And I may have used up all my circles. Nope, there's one. It's yellow on yellow, but that's okay. Still looks cute. And just to make it stand out a little bit more, we'll Stella that. This is Winka Stella. There's the number. Okay. Then we're going to take a pink color, something. Let's take this one. And we're going to set it there. Now they're not all going to be identical because it's whatever flowers you've cut out and whatever flowers you have. And then we'll do another little center. And then let's do an orange. And this type of flower here, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the tip there. And then I think I'm going to take another yellow right up here and start to fill in that corner. Okay, this is set up a bit, so tuck that right in there like that. Okay, what did I have to do? I have to make sure it's not going off the card, or it will interfere with the envelope. Now, this is a big circle, but let's see if it works. I'm just going to put that one down flat so you can see the difference. You might like them all popped up. It's up to you. And then let's do a yellow one up here, or let's do a pink one. And then let's take some of these leaves. I'm just going to get glue on these leaves. We're going to set that down there. This one down here. Okay, and then we need something right there. What could we use? We have a lot of yellow, a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink. Let's see, pink next to pink, maybe not. How about a yellow and an orange on the smaller ones? There's a size 2. Let's see what that does. So what my point is just cut out a bunch of the flowers and have them in a bowl like I do. And then you can just pick and play and place wherever you'd like. That works. Don't stress out about it too much because it all looks cute no matter what you do. Okay, that's how I'm going to leave that one. Okay, now I think I don't have any of the little tiny guys for his hands. I'm sorry this is taking long. I hope you don't mind. Thought I had more things cut out than I did, but I want some pink little guys. And I'm so happy that there's 2 of these dies, so I can cut out 6 at once. Oh, do not lose. Okay. Look how cute they are. Just adorable. So 3 of them came out of one die, and the other die I have to poke them out. Okay, put these back in my magnetic bowl. And then I was going to say, if you have any of your mini glue dots sticking behind the rope that you can see, you can just add these flowers without adding more. But mine were tucked in pretty good. So I'm going to add another mini glue dot under there. That one feels sticky. So I'm going to add one there and it'll stay, see? And then this one, because I put a big guy there, let's see what happens. Roll it up because these little flowers are small. I want to show you another layering that's cute with these. There's a front and a back. You can definitely tell. See how cute that is. Okay, and then Miss Stella again. Let's welcome her back. And just add glitter to wherever you'd like. I like her snout to shine. Okay, and then these little dots here, you may or you may not want them. Now, the reason I'm saying that is look how these little flowers have the little circles there. They're darling all by themselves. But if you wanted to add some of the little dots, you could do that. Okay. And let's see, let's add a dot. Maybe right there. And there she is. Now I'm saving these little guys for next time. So there she is. Definitely growing on me. Aw. Yeah, she's so cute. Just don't use it for a diet reason. That was bad. Okay, so pop, pop. There you go. And again, with the Impressions a Bloom set, you could put whatever you want in this oval. All the flowers are what you get in that bundle and the dies. And you could make this actually the front of a card as well. So yeah, if the piggy's not your thing, then maybe just the flowers are. Fantastic card. Thank you, Lena. Precious Piggy. Yes, Lynn, this card is definitely a party cute. A party. It's cute. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys like it. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful Good Friday, a blessed Easter Sunday. Hug everyone you love and have a nice week. We will see you back a week from today. Take care. Bye-bye.